Welcome to Department of Distance and Continuing Education, University of Delhi. Master of Business Administration, Semester 1. Core Course MBA FT 6101, Organizational Behavior. Lesson 8, Work Teams and Groups. 8.1, Learning Objectives. First, analyze the growing popularity of using team in organizations. Second, differentiate between work team and groups. Last, compare and contrast types of teams. 8.2 Introduction. In the previous chapters, you have well understood the concepts of individuals and their behaviors. It is worth mentioning that individuals' behavior changes when they join a group. Once an individual is a part of a group behavior as a whole becomes crucial for performance. Let's understand the same with cricket match example. You must have watched cricket match, either a one-day, 2020 or test match format. The success and failure completely depend on the team spirit and team performance. Individual player may be good bowler or good batsman or good goalkeeper, etc. Even though all the players are physically and mentally fit, but for winning a match, team performance is essential. If only few players are performing well but others are not, then even a best of the team will fail to win the match. It is important to understand that if one can play as a team member and build a good team with essential skill set, nothing can stop the team to achieve its objectives. The beauty of teamwork can be explained as problem gets divided and strengths get multiplied when a team stands together. In other words, work teams is the backbone of an organization. Big ventures are not possible without a good team. Being a student of organizational behavior, one wants to know how people working in an organization behave or interact with one another as an individual, as a team member, or as a group member inside of a business organization for the success of the business. Individuals may be efficient but may not be effective when it comes to their performance when they work individually in the organization. As part of a group and team, individuals are responsible, accountable, and have sufficient authority for proper execution of allocated work, which creates a synergy by performing collectively. 8.3 Work Groups. Work groups share information, interact mainly to make decisions, and help every group member in performing and fulfilling responsibility within their area of operation. A. Goal share information. B. Synergy, neutral, something negative. C. Accountability, individual. D. Skills, random and varied. 8.3.1 Group Properties. First, roles. Everybody in a team has to play a role in a well-coordinated expected manner, for which one has to identify their role as per given position. Identification of role depends upon how others believe us to act in a given situation. This calls for our own understanding of others' beliefs. If the compliance of role is as per divergent role expectation, it results in role conflict that can be minimized if monitored closely. Second, norms. Norms are acceptable standards of behavior, do's and don'ts, which are shared among the group members. It means groups create strong pressure on individual members for conformity in respect to changing their attitudes and behavior to the group standard. C. Status is a rank or a position assigned to members of the group or to some group by others in terms of permeates. The determinants of status are the power exercised by a person over the others, ability of a person to contribute to the goals which are set by the group, and an individual's personal traits. D. Size. The size of the group, which depends on goal, also affects the group's behavior. E. Cohesiveness. It is the degree to which group members are willing or motivated to stay in a group as they have spent a great deal of time together. The degree of cohesiveness depends upon the relationship between group cohesiveness and performance norms that affect group productivity. Sixth, diversity. It refers to the extent to which group members are different or similar to one another. It identifies both costs in terms of group conflict resulting in dropout rates and benefits in terms of increased productivity. 8.3.2 Reasons for joining groups. People cannot live and survive in isolation for a long period. For a variety of reasons, people join group. Some of them are as below. First, security. People join a particular group to get the sense of security from adverse environments created by management and reduce insecurity from threats. Second, self-esteem. Joining a group increases self-esteem through group membership. Third, affiliation. To show association or relationship with a group. Fourth, power. It gives a sense of power to members of the group who join the group. Group power lies in being united as a group. People like to control others and make an impact on others. Membership of group offers power to people and enable them to use it over the others. Fifth, status. People join groups to gain a status in the society. It provides recognition to the members of the group. Last, goal achievement. The group is able to achieve organizational goals which cannot be achieved when working individually. Types of groups. It is generally seen that an organization has different types of groups which work for the achievement of common organizational goals. A group is a collection of individuals who have a relation to one another that make them interdependent to some significant degree. Group can be classified as formal and informal. First, formal group. Formal group is designated work group defined by an organization's structure. Crew members in the ship are the examples of a formal group. A formal group can be divided into the command group and task group. Command group or functional group. A command group is reflected through the organizational chart and determines who the reporting officer is. Various functions of the organization like finance, marketing, human resource, research, and development have functional groups. Task group or project group. This group is created in the organization to identify and provide solutions for a specific problem. For a particular project, a deadline is fixed and the efforts are made to meet the deadline. Budget for these projects are fixed in advance to facilitate the time-bound resolving of the problem. The group is dissolved when the project gets completed. Third, task force or ad hoc committee. It is very similar to a task group. As the name suggests, it is temporarily created to address a specific issue. Task force gets dissolved after making a recommendation on the specific issue. Issue can be redesigning of the reward system in the organization. Fourth, quality circle. Organizations are very much concerned for quality and want to ensure that each employee is committed to maintaining quality and will upgrade themselves. A small employee group is created to deal with productivity and quality related issues. This group ensures that issues related to quality are resolved so that organization's commitment to quality can be ensured in all times to come. Second, informal groups. Informal groups are more social in nature. These groups are not defined by role relationships. The behavior that team members should engage in are stipulated by and directed towards organizational goals. Employees from different departments playing chess together is an example of an informal group. Informal groups are also classified into two groups, namely interest group and friendship groups. Interest group. Interest group is a group where people come together to attain a specific objective with which each one is concerned. A common interest binds the group members. Members may not belong to the same organization or department. Joining or leaving the group is at the will of the members and nothing is formal. For example, the Indian Commerce Association. Second, friendship group. People have social needs and want to be part of some social group. Social activities, religious beliefs, other common bases maybe create friendship group. Yoga group and birthday groups are very commonly found in the organizations. Difference between formal and informal groups. First, formal groups are created by organizations to accomplish a specific task, whereas informal groups are created by employees to satisfy their social needs. Second, formal groups are created deliberately, whereas informal groups are created voluntarily. 3. On the basis of size, formal groups are large, whereas informal groups are comparatively small. Fourth, on the basis of life, it depends on the type of group, whereas in case of informal group, it depends on the members. Fifth, on the basis of structure, formal groups are well defined, whereas informal groups are not well defined. On the basis of relationship, formal groups are more professional, whereas informal groups are personal. Lastly, in terms of communication, formal groups move in a defined direction, whereas informal group stretches in all the directions. 8.3.3 Group Development Process. All groups go through various stages which are as follows. Number 1. Forming. The first stage of group development is forming, which brings together a group of individuals who look up to the leader for guidance and direction regarding the goals, tasks, and skills required to achieve the goals. Second, storming. This stage is one of intergroup conflict which is concerned with who will control the group. Members accept the existence of the group but resist the constraints it imposes on individuals. Members may feel agreeable or frustrated with the task or with other members of the group. Third, norming. In the third stage, members begin to take greater responsibility for tasks and come forward to resolve issues. Setting up of group processes, formulation of group policies, procedures, and value resulting in developing confidence in the group and its members, and also start expressing their satisfaction to be part of the group. Fourth, performing. The fourth stage is performing. Now the group is functional with active members who take initiatives and involve themselves to complete a task. Group members adhere to the group norms and collective efforts are made to ensure the group effectiveness. Last stage, adjourning. It is the final stage in group development which involves the termination of tasks and disagreement from relationships. The group may have mixed feelings. Some may be thrilled over their past achievements and performances. Some may be unhappy to depart. This stage may happen for some groups quite early and some may experience it in a very long run. 8.4 Work teams. A work team generates positive synergy through coordinated efforts. Team performance increases due to coordinated individual efforts. Individuals contribute to achieving goals and are accountable for the same. Individual inputs such as goal, synergy, accountability, and skills are crucial. In business teams, teamwork means when a group of people use their skills to overcome each other's weaknesses by collaborating to achieve a mutual goal and creating a synergy effect. In other words, setting aside any personal conflict and coming to a mutual conclusion that benefits the group and the organization is teamwork in business. It involves constructive feedback and improving each other's ability without any personal grudges and feuds. Teamwork has tremendous power. A team with good tuning can multiply the efficiency of a person by many times, and the total output can be unimaginable. 8.4.1 Types of teams. Teams have the potential to outstand products, provide services, coordinate different projects, and negotiate the deals and make decisions. This section describes the four most common types of teams in an organization. These teams are capable of delivering the results and achieving the goals in a focused manner. Number 1. Problem solving teams. A team of 5 to 12 employees of the same department meet on a weekly basis to discuss issues related to efficiency, work environment, and quality concerns. They discuss the matters and make a recommendation to the manager. They can only recommend the solutions and have no authority to implement the recommendations. Second, self-managed work teams. Self-managed work teams are ahead of problem-solving teams. They not only make recommendations but also have authority to implement the solutions and take ownership of the results. These teams have 10 to 15 employees who are engaged in interdependent or highly related jobs and are fully responsible for the jobs which they have been assigned with. Third, cross-functional teams. Cross-functional teams are formed with the employees who come from different work areas but more or less from the same hierarchical level. This team is formed to accomplish a task. Cross-functional teams have become very popular because of their capacity to handle complex projects. Fourth, virtual teams. Teams which meet virtually are commonly termed as virtual teams. All above teams meet face to face and perform their tasks. Virtual teams use computers, internet, software, and other aids to let team members meet at a virtual platform, even though members are physically dispersed. During COVID-19 pandemic, many of us have used virtual platforms to conduct meetings and connect colleagues with specific goals. We have experienced how it feels to be virtually present. Video conferencing has become very common. 8.4.2 Difference between group and team is given below. Terms groups and teams are used interchangeably. Keynes suggests that organizations are sometimes unsure whether they have teams or simply groups of people working together. There is some difference between team and group which is discussed as below. First, on the basis of definition, a team is a cooperative, small group in regular contact that is engaged in coordinated action. Team is a specific type of group, hold interdependent roles and goals. Whereas, when two or more persons interact and are interdependent on each other for achieving an objective, it is called a group. In other words, a group refers to a collection of individuals who may interact. Second, on the basis of common superior. Teams may not have a common superior, whereas group has a common superior. Third, on the basis of interaction. Team may not have face-to-face interaction. Group has face-to-face interaction. On the basis of commitment. Team members are supposed to be highly committed to work, whereas group members are not much committed to work. Fourth, on the basis of interdependency. Team has the high degree of interdependence, whereas group has a small degree of interdependence. Fifth, on the basis of accountability. Team members themselves are mutually accountable, whereas group members are not themselves so accountable. Sixth, on the basis of size. Teams are usually of limited size, whereas in case of group, it could range from medium to large. Seventh, on the basis of selection. In case of team, it is crucial. In case of group, it is immaterial. Eighth, on the basis of leadership. In case of team, it is shared or rotating. In case of group, it is solo. Ninth, on the basis of synergy. In case of team, it is positive. In case of group, it is neutral, sometimes negative. 10th, on the basis of skills. In case of team, it is complementary. In case of group, it is random or varied. Last, on the basis of goals. In case of team, it is collective performance. On the basis of group, it is shared information. 8.4.3 Creating effective teams. Nothing becomes effective without putting in some effort. So to make a team effective, it calls for efforts from the management. Our discussion is based on team effectiveness model, has 4 components, namely context, composition, work design, and process. Let's discuss. Team effectiveness model. Following table shows context, composition, work design, and process components. First, context. Factors which significantly contribute towards effectiveness are adequate resources, leadership, and structures. Climate of trust and performance evaluation and reward system. Adequate resources. Scarcity of resources is the limitation which almost all the teams face. This reduces the ability to give their best and perform effectively to achieve its goals. Teams are dependent on the organization to provide adequate resources to the teams. Organizational support is crucial. Resources are critical for teams. Timely information, optimum staff, adequate equipment, and administrative assistance are critical for the teams. Leadership and structures. All the members in the team have to perform certain tasks. This has to be decided by the team leader. Leader not only leads the team but play an important role in the team. Leader has to empower the team members and play the role of a facilitator. Teams that establish shared leadership by effectively delegating it are more effective than teams with a traditional single leader structure. Climate of trust. Trust is the base of every successful team. Trust among the members and on the leader facilitates cooperation, creates bond, capacity to bear risk increases, and reduces vulnerabilities. A climate of trust makes a strong foundation for a team. Performance evaluation and reward system. Rather than having individual performance evaluation system, organizations should recognize team players and reward individuals for their team performance. Organizations must adopt group-based appraisals, gain sharing, profit sharing, and small group incentives can motivate teams to commit for attainment of goals by team efforts. Second, team composition. Each member in the team is selected on the basis of their skill sets and abilities. Selection is very focused and limited. Under team composition, the ability, members' personality, role allocation, team size, diversity, and members' flexibility and preference for teamwork is discussed below. Abilities of members. Each member of the team is important. Selection depends on skills, knowledge, and abilities. Members must complement each other. Selecting the best of the employees is not the key. Sometimes a mediocre employee turns out to be excellent and determined team builder and has precision for work. Managers need to understand the requirements of the team. For complex problems and high ability, teams with intelligent members must be selected. Personality of members. Individual behavior is significantly influenced by personality. Different dimensions of personality are crucial for team effectiveness. Big Five personality model provides a good base about the relationship between personality and effectiveness. Teams which reflect high consciousness and are open to experience are better performers. Studies suggest that specific behavioral tendencies such as personal organization, cognitive structuring, achievement orientation, and endurance boost higher levels of team performance. Allocation of roles. Identification of potential roles and selecting the members keeping the roles can be very effective. Teams should have a proper blend of experienced and skilled members. Managers must understand each individual's strengths and weaknesses and allocate assignments that most suit them. Diversity of members. Diversity like race and gender diversity among the team can show different results. 1. It may not at all impact the team performance. 2. It may impact team performance in a very positive manner. And 3. May produce negative impact on team performance. Diversity in function, education, and expertise are positively related to group performance, but these effects are quite small and depend on the situation. Leaders can play an important role in managing diversity effectively. Size of teams. Effectiveness lies in keeping the team small in size. Most effective teams have 5 to 9 members. Managers must focus on roles and tasks and accordingly select most responsible and accountable members. Small is beautiful is the mantra. Member flexibility and preferences. Every employee is not a team player. Many employees prefer to work alone than in teams. High performing teams are composed of members who prefer working as part of the team. Managers must identify the work preference and accordingly select the members. Third, work design. Work designs are motivating by nature because it increases the sense of ownership of work and makes employees responsible for the tasks done. Variables which are concerned with work design, such as autonomy, skill variety, task identity, and task significance, are discussed below. First, autonomy is the freedom to do the task as per my choice, which does not violate the generally accepted rules. It answers the question, how much does the task let employees exercise its freedom? Skill variety. Opportunity to use different skills and talents to complete the tasks. Task identity. Task identity is related to the ability to complete a task in a given time. A task needs to be understood well and identified completely to execute it well. Task significance. Task significance means a task should create substantial impact on others. Team members should be more than willing to work on such tasks or projects which create impact on others. Fourth, team processes. Common purpose, specific team goals, team efficacy, level of conflict, and are some of the variables which contribute to the team effectiveness. The idea behind the team process is to enhance process gains by reducing process loses to create positive synergy. Common purpose. Organization's mission has to translate at all levels of the organization. Teams follow the mission and develop their goals. Strategies are developed to achieve the goals. Clarity over the purpose is vital for the success of the teams. Directionless team will lead to nowhere. It is worth spending time to thoroughly draft the mission, vision of the organization, and then for a specific team. Specific goals. Goals must be measurable, specific, and realistic. Best of the specific goals fail if they are not properly communicated. Goals should be challenging. Team performance increases with attainable but difficult goals. Team efficacy. Teams work harder to achieve success, and success further motivates the teams to work harder. Managers can provide training to the employees and also help the team achieve small targets to boost their confidence. High level of confidence will increase the compatibility to deliver and make a team effective. Conflict levels. Conflict is not always bad. Conflict has a complex relationship with team performance. Functional conflicts are positive and dysfunctional conflicts create frustration. Task-related conflicts are functional in nature and relationship conflicts are dysfunctional in nature. Moderate level of task conflict like disagreements among members on certain issues may ignite creative thinking and team may lead to better decisions. Dysfunctional conflicts like incompatibilities and tensions among the members may become complex and lead to negative outcomes. Social loafing. It is the tendency when individuals put less effort to complete a task when working collectively than working alone. There is a general belief that productivity of the group working together will be higher than the total performance of the individual members working independently in the group. Members can engage in social loafing, so making members individually and jointly accountable is logical. 8.5 Group cohesiveness. Group cohesiveness is important for the smooth functioning of a group. Group differs in their cohesiveness. Cohesiveness is the tendency of a group to remain together while working towards a goal for the emotional need, satisfaction of its member. It develops over time. Factors that influence group cohesiveness. First, time spent together. Second, size of the group. Third, structure of the group. Fourth, agreed upon group goals. Fifth, intergroup competition. Sixth, task commitment. Seventh, group pride. Eighth, favorable evaluation. Advantages. First, worker satisfaction. Second, low turnover. Third, less absenteeism. Fourth, higher productivity. To encourage group cohesiveness, suggestions are given below. First, make a small size group to create bonds among the members. Second, encourage members to have conformity with the group goals. Third, time spent together by members should be increased. Fourth, membership in the group should be perceived as difficult to attain and status of the group should be increased. Fifth, offer a reward to the group rather than to individual members. Sixth, encourage intergroup competitions. Last, physically isolate the group. 8.5.1 Groupthink. Groupthink refers to the group pressure which is created on any member of the group which influences a member's ability and thought process to make a decision in a particular way. It denotes a situation where the members put aside their opinions and beliefs and try to conform to the group decision. In a highly cohesive group, any member's ideas or opinions or solutions are influenced by other group members. Symptoms of groupthink. First, there is an illusion of unanimity that creates a belief that everyone is in full accord. If they don't speak, and abstention becomes in favor. Second, Group members present logical reasons and assumptions to rationalize any resistance from a group member. When a decision is agreed upon, that course of action is followed, it stops the member from reconsidering his opinion. Third, members apply direct pressure on those who do not agree to conform by being pressured into an agreement. Fourth, member avoids deviating from the group consensus by keeping silent about their doubts and difference of viewpoints. What causes groupthink? Dictatorial leadership, group cohesion, dislike of confrontation, time constraints, decisional stress. How to minimize groupthink? First, managers can monitor group size. As size increases, people grow more intimidated and hesitant. There is no magic number that eliminates groupthink, as individuals feel less personal responsibility when group size is large. Second, group leaders should be encouraged to be impartial by organizational leaders. Third, deliberations of all kinds should be open and all divergent of views should be welcomed from the members. Leaders should play an active role to make this process free and devoid of pressure tactics. Fourth, stimulate an environment of healthy debate to avoid groupthink by which better ideas may arise. Fifth, have people from different backgrounds who will have different experiences, beliefs, and views which prove to be beneficial in avoiding groupthink and can lead a productive debate. Sixth, include members of other departments to get different perspectives. Seventh, take time enough over decisions that enable you to properly analyze the situation and come to a more rational response. Last, consult an outside expert to get knowledge and information that you don't have. 8.5.2 Group Shift. Group shift refers to the tendency of group members to exaggerate their initial positions that they hold in the beginning of group discussion. While taking decisions in group, the discussions lead to a significant shift from the initial positions of members in which they were before the discussion. It is seen that group decisions are more conservative and riskier than individual decisions. Group decisions set individual members free from accountability for the group's final choice. No single individual can be held fully responsible even if the decision fails. Group can undertake greater risk in this case. The main reasons for group shift are diffusion of responsibility throughout the group by members. It is said that smaller groups have higher group shift than larger groups. Difference between groupthink and group shift. First, groupthink refers to the group pressure which is created on any member of the group, which influences members' ability and thought process to take decisions in a particular way. Whereas, group shift is the tendency of group members to exaggerate their initial positions that they hold in the beginning of group discussion. Second, in groupthink, the group creates pressure on the individual members, whereas in group shift, the individual member creates pressure on the group. Third, in groupthink, popular view is favored and personal view is put aside, whereas in group shift, due to group influence, personal view becomes much stronger. Techniques to eliminate groupthink and group shift. There are the following 4 techniques used to eliminate group shift and groupthink from the group. A. Brainstorming. It is a process of generating ideas in which the group leaders state the problem in a clear manner So all participants understand and are encouraged to interact, think the unusual while withholding any criticism of those alternatives. All ideas are recorded for later discussion and analyzed with pros and cons. Brainstorming develops group cohesiveness. The following are the two brainstorming techniques that help group arrive at a preferred solution. First, nominal group thinking. It is more structured than brainstorming but also very similar. Group coordinator describes the problem and members independently write solutions without discussing among themselves. This eliminates the tendency of groupthink. Then all the responses are collected, discussed and answered by the members who has written them. After discussion based on evaluations, a rank is assigned by members and the solution which gets the highest ranking by most of the members is the final decision. The nominal group technique is an inexpensive means for generating a large number of ideas. In this technique, the following steps are taken. First, alternatives or the solution are independently written by each member. Second, all ideas are then recorded and no discussion is initiated till the time all ideas are presented by the members. Third, ideas are then discussed and the group evaluates them. Fourth, ideas are then ranked by each member independently. Fifth, final decision is based on the members' rank assigned to the ideas. Last, idea which gets the highest rank by most of the members is the final decision. B. Electronic meeting. Decisions when made electronically with the use of computers are termed as electronic meetings. This is similar to nominal group technique but is conducted through electronic mode. Computer programs are used for secrecy, which encourages group members to take independent decisions without the effects of groupthink. An interacting group is good for achieving commitment to a solution. It minimizes social pressures and conflicts. B. Delphi technique. It is a technique in which questionnaires are sent to the members located at different places. The results of the questionnaires are compiled and a copy of results is sent to the all members with the view to review the results and respond to the second questionnaire, which may generate new solutions. This process is repeated until a consensus is reached. Case study: Mumbai's Dabbawalas. Mumbai's Dabbawala is not a new name for any Indian. They have gained lot of popularity not because of glossy business but because of their efficiency and commitment to work. Dabbawala's case study is discussed in the most renowned business schools in the world. The high level of effectiveness has earned them a Six Sigma certification for which other businesses strive and dream of. The flawless quality of service since 1890 has ensured complete customer satisfaction with regards to the reliability of the system from 12 decades in India. Dabbawalas run a tiffin service in Mumbai whose objective is supply of packed lunched food in tiffin from customer's home to the customer's workplace every working day. They arrange the collection of packed lunch in traditional tiffin boxes, load them on local trains, and deliver all the areas in Mumbai. These meals are cooked and packed by wives or mothers for individual office workers in central Mumbai. The noticeable feature of this delivery is that every office workers gets home tiffin every working day on time without any fault or delay. Obviously, the contents in terms of variety and taste of each tiffin box are unique, which is the central appeal of the service. When the lunch time is over in the day, The dabbawalas again collect the empty tiffins from the working place and return them to the workers' homes. The supply system adopted by dabbawalas is extremely unique and full of risks. At each of the central station where trains stop for about 20 seconds, other members of dabbawala teams unload the tiffin boxes for destinations near the station and sort them for hand delivery to the offices and workshops where the individual recipient work. Sharp around 12:45 pm, tiffins are delivered and then the process is reversed to return the empty boxes to the homes. The service cost per box is about rupees 300 per month and each dabbawala earn about rupees 4500 a month. Customers pay 1 month's bonus to the organization for the Diwali festival. This seems to be simple process, but it's highly complicated. Precisely, well coordinated operation. Mumbai city is known for its traffic chaos and local train rush. Traffic delays and occasional chaos are very common. Some of the dabbawalas negotiate the traffic on foot and by bicycle at the cracking pace irrespective of weather conditions. The tiffin must get through. The error rate is said to be vanishingly very small. One box may go astray every 2 months, about 1 in 6 million deliveries. One of the eye-catching point is that there is no government or IT support except special reserved train coach. No track or trace, no computers, no barcodes is leveled, just a handwritten code on each box that allows the dabbawalas to identify or recognize which station the box has to be sent to and unloaded, its ultimate destinations and its return address. Many of the dabbawalas have low level of literacy, but their ability to decode and correctly route the boxes that they each carry through the crowded streets is the key to the whole system. This kind of supply chain system requires very low levels of capital intensiveness. It is the teamwork that makes the service happens. Dabbawala's commitment has made them special, and the guiding force behind this commitment is Shivaji. In the name of Shivaji, the members find the motivation to do the hard work and serve people with their home cooked food. They have a team of 5,000 dabbawalas who serve almost 2 lakh Mumbaikars daily. The future of the service. Of late, the migrations of workers in search of job in metro cities at large are very high. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, people are hesitant to have meals from the nearby local roadside restaurants or dhabas. The people with all spheres of life, irrespective of different regional style and traditional, loves to eat home-cooked hygiene food. This diverse range of home-prepared meals reliably to the individual in the workplace is in high in demand. The growth of fast food center is a global phenomena who also delivers fast food at destination as they claim as hygiene. They do have a website and are now able to accept orders via the site or by SMS. It requires frequent ordering every day, which is quite monotonous for the office going workers. It is also seen that some of meal delivery center claims that they supply home cooked hygienic meal on order at destination, but it is good only for few days or emergency time, not for all days in terms of variety, quality and taste. The reasons of using Dabbawala service are of following appeals. First, homemade food is cheaper and hygienic. Second, homemade food is best for health as against junk foods which make you sick. Third, if you love to eat food made by your wife or mother, Dabbawalas is a solution. Last, they assures that they deliver your home cooked meal on time at right destination. Questions. First, if a team is defined as a group of dedicated people working towards a common goal, discuss the strengths and weaknesses of the Dabbawala's practice of making team members as shareholders rather than employees. Second, analyze the cohesiveness and performance of the Dabbawala's team. Third, to what extent does the Dabbawala service display the features of an effective work group? Fourth, why has technology played a very meager role in the development of the Dabbawala service so far? Is this likely to change in future? Last, identify ways in which this might affect the team spirit of the organization. 8.6 Summary. Most of the work in organization is done in teams. People often join groups to satisfy their needs of security, status, self-esteem, affiliation, power, and goal achievement. In any organization, many different types of groups coexist. Whatever be the kind of group, every group goes through 5 stages of development, namely forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. Group cohesiveness is very important for the smooth function of a group. Several factors influence the group cohesiveness. Various decision-making techniques are used in groups for the development of consensus decisions. Groupthink and group shift are two very important concepts in group decision-making. Thank you for listening.